Brooklyn Independent Television.
Following in the footsteps of his Italian grandfather, who started a scrap metal yard of his own, Frankie is a third-generation scrapper, filmmaker, and now a television personality on Spike TV's Scrappers. Let's meet the man behind the metal.
Me, I'm my own boss. I'm a scrapper. My name is Frank Fidilio. I'm a filmmaker slash scrapper, and I do scrap for my money and filmmaker for my passion. In my truck, I did a little basement clean out the other day. There's some stuff that's left over. Somebody passed away, and instead of the guy breathing in rusty dust, I did with the metal and the cash in. You gotta know, because you could get clipped too, you know? If you go into a scrap yard, you get clipped with the weight. They can tell you you got 1,500 pounds when you got 4,000 pounds. Or they can tell you got 600 pounds and you got 900 pounds. It's really, you should know what you're throwing in your van. Scrapyard works like this. You drive onto the scale, you weigh up, you go into the back, dump the metal, you go back on the scale with the empty weight. You multiply the price per pound times the difference of the weight. That's how we make our money. My great-grandfather came to America, I think it was like 1899. They started in Manhattan, delivering coal and ice. And most Buddies, Southern Italians, that's what they did when they came. When the refrigerator was invented and coal was kind of being used by oil, they lost those occupations, period, so they had to do something else. And what they did was scrap metal and recycle and pick up garbage and dig dirt and whatever it was to make money. Got out of the business. And 20 years later, after I'm in college and I'm actually looking to buy a deli right in the neighborhood, he tells me, I want you to buy a scrapyard. Those are the little stories that, you know, made up this whole concept of me doing a TV show. This is Brooklyn, New York, the heartbeat of America. You want to make it here, you got to work. You got to work hard. This is the stuff I do. You take the metal, you separate it as best as possible, because I don't have a yard yet. I'm in the process of getting one. And this would be considered #1 steel, where the microwave would be considered light iron. Can't throw this stuff out. This is some of the stuff I find in the trash. How nice, is that garbage? 1890s tripod for a camera? I don't know, not to me. When the average person is driving by or walking by a construction site, they don't really see what I see. I see metal, I see money.
One for me too, Joe.
One for you too?
Make it with love.
Love? Oh, thanks to the coffee.
This place makes the best coffee. I don't have scrapping in my blood like Frankie, but like a couple years back, Frankie brought me in to try to build his business. So I am a different kind of scrapper. I don't actually go out and like get the metal, but I scrap up business. I think the neighborhood has changed in a way where Avenue, like where we are now, like at this time in the middle of the afternoon, there used to be thousands of people walking around shopping. Now half of Avenue is out of business. But little by little, I'm starting to see businesses being occupied again and more people starting to shop. That's what's going to bring the neighborhoods back, is the small business, to me.
We're on Stillwell Avenue at John's Deli. It's my friend Rob Cicero.
Nice. Real good. I've known Frank a long time, 20 years. Neighborhood guy. We're all from the same neighborhood. And all hang out together when we were kids, growing up together. You know, we're an institution in Brooklyn. Everybody comes to this store. Everybody that's in the neighborhood comes here. And,
Staple of the neighborhood, like, you know.
Totally.
John's Deli, that's what you think of.
You know, took over the cooking, everything that my mom and dad started in the store. And, you know, trying to keep the legacy going in Brooklyn. And back in the day, everybody used to come up and down 86th Street with their cars and pumping music, and you know, it was a really big part of Brooklyn then. It's changed in the time, but again, we've kept our stuff going to keep Brooklyn going the right way.
And now in 2010, there's an addition, and it's called the Scrapper.
Okay, we have the bread. We'll put a little bit of mayo on there, just a touch for the taste. Then we have sweet gabagool. We start it off. And we gotta cut it thin so you don't overcome the sandwich.
It's got a lot of flavors. And not a lot of that either. That's
One
it.
more slice of mozzarella.
That's it. The last thing that finishes the sandwich is the white wine vinegar.
And it's ready to eat.
Thank you, Rob. However the stereotype or non-stereotype is going to be, there's one thing that at the end of the day that you're going to see in the show is that Italians in my neighborhood still bust their ass working.
I ain't gonna give you a bad laugh.
This week, my goal is to make at least $1,700. I got $565 in parking tickets and my bills for the month. But I gotta pay my bills or Bloomberg gets a new red dump truck.
Frankie I know for years. I grew up with him. We grew up in the schoolyard right here, PS 97 on Stillwell. We actually played together. We played football. We played basketball. Frankie always talked about it, and I knew he was going to make it one day, and so proud of him.
It's so crazy.
Frankie, boy! Yes!
Bensonhurst back then was, when you'd walk down the block, you'd smell a lot of Italian food cooking, put it that way. Now it's different. You smell Chinese food. That's the difference. Other than that, I just feel as though people that live here know how to get along with each other.
Become a fan on Facebook, like Brooklyn Independent Television.